Hey guys, welcome back to Drog Baba and welcome back to another video. I hope all of you are doing well. And this is your review for the last night's game that we lost. Aston Villa versus Chelsea 2-1. और दोस्तों ये मतलब शायद ही पहली बार हो रहा होगा कि Chelsea has lost a game but still I have a smile on my face. Why? Because we have made it to the top 4. And first of all, I would like to give a proper thanks to Tottenham Hotspur for beating Leicester in that dramatic fashion last night, and which ensured us that we get that top 4 place that we were after. और अगर Spurs कल लेस्टर को नहीं हराती तो पता नहीं दोस्तों क्या होता है और बहुत ज़्यादा प्रेशर आ जाता चैम्पियंस लीग फाइनल में जाने से पहले प्लेयर्स पे. तो अच्छा है दोस्तों दैट वी हैव रीच टॉप 4 बट इट्स अ बिटर स्वीट फीलिंग क्योंकि देखा जाए तो लिवरपूल हैव टॉपल्ड अस एंड दे हैव फिनिश्ड इन थर्ड 2 points ahead of us. And given the fact that with 10 games to go, we had a 7-point cushion over Liverpool. It's fair to say that we have lost some form, and it is not the right time to lose form as far as the season is concerned. And since we had beaten Manchester City at the Etihad Stadium in the Premier League, after that, I don't think our performances have been up to the mark. We have been consistent the way we would have liked to be. Given the fact that we had lost against Arsenal, और last season के first half में भी यही हुआ था Lampard के अंडर, that all things started to go wrong when we got beat by Arsenal, and this time also similar thing has happened. Arsenal beat us at Stamford Bridge, and we then went on to lose the FA Cup final. And we got a massive result against Leicester at the Bridge in the Premier League. But last night's game, I think we should have won it. A performance was not good. And if we talk about the setup of the team, again, it was almost the similar team that we had predicted. So in goal, it was Edouard Mendy, who unfortunately had to come out at halftime because he had injured his rib in trying to save that first goal from Bertrand Traore. He hit the post quite hard. So there is some discomfort in his ribs. We will come to know the full extent of his injuries in a couple of days. So in goal, it was Edouard Mendy with a back three of Reece James, Thiago Silva and Antonio Rudiger, with wing backs being Ben Chilwell and Azpilicueta. With a double pivot of Kovacic and Jorginho, and a front three of Pulisic, Mount and Werner. So guys, सबसे पहला सवाल सारे चेल्सी फैंस के मन में ये है कि why Azpilicueta is playing as a wing back, जो मुझे भी थोड़ा सा मतलब समझ कम ही आ रहा है given the fact that we had a lot of space on the right hand side. And ये मैं बहुत बार बोल चुका हूँ कि रीस जेम्स offers much more in terms of attacking threat and attacking output when it comes to crossing the ball or driving the ball through defense. As compared to Azpilicueta, Reece James is a better option. We saw that Azpilicueta had played wing back in a couple of games against Real Madrid. So I think that is what drives Tuchel to start him at the wing back position. But I don't think Azpilicueta is necessarily a better wing back than Reece James. I don't think so. But we have to see that what happens in the final on 29th. It will be very interesting to see. And given the fact that we would have Andreas Christensen fit for that game, so will Azpilicueta be sitting out the final? Andreas Christensen coming back in the back three and Reece James going in the right wing back position. So it would be very interesting. So it would be very interesting to see what the lineup is going to be in the final. But talking about yesterday's game, तो दोस्तों फर्स्ट हाफ ऑब्वियसली हमेशा की तरह हमने डोमिनेट किया, और मैं ये बार बार बोलता हूँ कि अच्छी टीम होने की या ऑलवेज इफ़ यू आर द बेटर टीम इन अ कॉन्टेस्ट, इसकी कोई ट्रॉफी नहीं होती, इसके आपको कोई पॉइंट नहीं मिलते हैं. द बॉटम लाइन इज़ दैट यू हैव टू फिनिश योर चांसेस, यू हैव टू टेक योर चांसेस एंड यू हैव टू स्कोर गोल्स. और वो हम कल भी नहीं कर पाए फर्स्ट हाफ में. वी सॉ दैट वी हैड आवर अटैकर्स इन वेरी गुड पोजिशंस इन द फाइनल थर्ड, बट अगेन वी डिड नॉट पुल द ट्रिगर ऑन टाइम. या जब भी हम शॉट्स ले रहे थे तो दे वर आइदर ऑफ टारगेट और स्ट्रेट एट कीपर. और काफ़ी हमको अच्छे चांसेस मिले थे फर्स्ट हाफ में. वी कुड हैव किल्ड द गेम इन फर्स्ट 30 minutes itself, but that did not happen, and which in turn gave Aston Villa a chance to make a comeback. And what a beautiful finish it was from Bertrand Traore from a set piece. And in the second half, Jorginho conceding a very cheap penalty. So Villa got a stranglehold in that game with a score at 2-0. And we have seen this theme with Chelsea that if the opposition has the lead and they tend to use that low block approach and they really, go to the drop back tactic, then it is very difficult for Chelsea to break it. We have seen that against Arsenal. We saw that in the FA Cup final, and yesterday also we saw that. Although it was all Chelsea pressure in the second half, and even though we scored a goal, but we did not create enough chances to win that game. Something I would like to mention is about VAR. I don't know why VAR is so inconsistent. There were two instances जिसमें लगा था कि clear handball है by Aston Villa, but again referee did not even choose to see it on the screen, and he was instructed in his earpiece that it was not a penalty. First one I can understand, it was unavoidable. The player did not have time to react and it hit his hand. But the second shout, in which Tyrone Mings was standing right in front of the goal, and his face was evidence that he was guilty of handling the ball, and it clearly hit his hand. और दोस्तों मैं आपसे एक रिक्वेस्ट करना चाहता हूँ छोटी सी, कि अगर आपको VAR के रूल्स की थोड़ी नॉलेज है तो प्लीज़ मेरे को एनलाइटन करें कमेंट सेक्शन में, क्योंकि मैं ये जानना चाहता हूँ कि अगर आपको याद हो तो लास्ट सीजन हम आईएक्स से खेल रहे थे स्टैमफोर्ड ब्रिज में चैंपियंस लीग में. तो जब स्कोर 4-4 हो गया था और एस्पिलिक्वेटा ने 5वां गोल मारा, तो दैट वाज रूल्ड आउट बिकॉज ऑफ हैंडबॉल, क्योंकि वो टैमी के हाथ से बॉल लग गई थी एंड देन इट बाउंस टू एस्पिलिक्वेटा, और उसके बाद एस्पिलिक्वेटा ने गोल मारा था. फेयर इनफ. बट वो हाथ जो था वो टैमी के एकदम बॉडी के साइड में टक्ड इन था, और वो ही कुड नॉट हैव अवॉइडेड इट एनी हाउ, बट इट वॉज रूल्ड आउट एज अ हैंडबॉल. तो अगर उस केस में वो हैंडबॉल है तो कल डिफेंड करते हुए वो हैंडबॉल क्यों नहीं है? ये मेरे को थोड़ा सा एक कॉन्फ्लिक्ट है जो VAR का समझ नहीं आता है. और VAR का मेरे को मतलब समझ ही नहीं आता है कि इतनी इनकन्सिस्टेंसी क्यों है, मतलब क्यों हम अपने फेलियर से सीख नहीं रहे हैं, और रेफरी क्यों अपने डिस्क्रिशन पे स्क्रीन को चेक नहीं करता है. और मतलब मेरे को ये चीज़ें समझ नहीं आती. बट दैट इज़ द पॉइंट वी कैन डिबेट अबाउट ऑन एंड ऑन, और मैं एक सेपरेट वीडियो बना सकता हूँ VAR का, और जो जिस तरीके की रेफरिंग हुई है इस सीज़न उस पर एक अलग वीडियो बन सकता है. बट आई विल नॉट गो ऑन अबाउट VAR. बट हाँ, मेरा जो डाउट है अगर आप उसको प्लीज़ क्लियर कर सकें तो आई वुड बी वेरी थैंकफुल टू यू. और बट यही है कि वो क्लियर हैंडबॉल थी, एंड इफ़ वी हैड गॉट दैट पेनल्टी और with 10-12 minutes remaining in the game, score at 2-2, anything could have happened, and we were looking good at that point of time. But again, coming back to our own performance and counting out the VAR decisions that that did not fall in our favor, I think overall our performance was not that good, and we did not warrant enough from last night's game to win it. But that 10-15 minute period when Liverpool and Leicester, both of them were leading in their game and we were 2-0 behind, was a nervous time for all the Chelsea fans. All the Chelsea fans were depressed. As I've told you, I am a member of Pink City Blues, and we all watched the games together on our Discord channel. I will leave the link in the description below if you want to join. So we were watching the game yesterday, all of us together, and we were sweating like anything, and we were biting our nails, and we were just hoping that please Spurs bail us out of it. And talking about bailing us out, Gareth Bale turns up and scores 2 magnificent goals, and eventually those 2 goals proved crucial, and because of that Leicester lost the game and we were able to finish in the 4th place. But we were lucky. Should not be too happy right now. There is nothing to celebrate. We have achieved bare minimum. Top 4 is the bare minimum for a club like Chelsea. We should be now focusing on the Champions League final on 29th. But if we are to play like yesterday in the Champions League final, I think City will give us a thrashing. There is no doubt about it. The real Chelsea has to turn up for that big game. And if this Chelsea turns up on that day in the big final on Saturday, then there is no question that City will thrash us. There is no doubt about it. With the kind of form, the kind of vibe that that team has, the kind of confidence that team is carrying after winning the Premier League. So we need to be on our A game, not only on our A game, our A++ game, and we need to be at our best, and we have to produce our best. Although we have beaten City twice in this season, once in the Premier League and once in the FA Cup semi-final. But this will be a very different game. No mistake about that. And last two games that we have toppled City should not be a projection of what will happen in this game. All the Chelsea fans should be quite concerned and should take this game very seriously and should not undermine City whatsoever. Chelsea are underdogs going into this game, the Champions League final. But again, uh, I will do a separate video for that, and I will be joined by a very special guest for the preview for that game. And I will be also doing a season review. I will be talking about the other leagues, what happened around Europe in other leagues like Serie A, La Liga, Liga, Bundesliga. So we will be talking about that, discussing that in detail, and how the Champions League is going to line up next year with all those teams who have qualified. So now that the race for the top four is over, it is time that we now start talking about the Champions League final, and let's see what happens. As all football fans, as all Chelsea fans, I am a bit optimistic, but I am not very confident going into the final. But I am hoping for the best. As always, I want my team to win every game. So let's see, guys, what happens. I will be back with more. Before that match, I will be talking about some other things too. So please stay tuned. Take care of yourselves, take care of your families, get yourself vaccinated, don't go out, don't be too adventurous, and don't forget to keep the blue flag flying high.